Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to talk about outer joins. As you know, the join operation combines data from two tables, and it does so by forming pairs of related rows where they're matching columns. So both tables have the same column, and then it fetches rows where these columns have the same value. Okay. Now, one thing about joins is it ignores the rows where these columns do not match, where they have a different value. But SQL provides us with a different set of joins that actually retains the rows where the matching columns have the same value. Let's do an example. So I'm going to solve this query. List all branch offices and any properties that are in the same city. Now let's look at the schema. We have branch offices that are in the cities such as London, Aberdeen, Glasgow, Bristol, and London. But if you look at the property for rent table, you'll see that there is no property in Bristol, right? So if you use a regular join, it's gonna match these cities. If you match them through the city, right? So we're gonna retain rows where with Aberdeen, London, and Glasgow, but we're not gonna get this branch office because the regular join will ignore this row here since you cannot join this to the property for rent, right? So they both have the same column city, but for this row there is no matching row in the property for rent. So let's do the example. Let's go to SQL editor, select. I'm going to get the branch number and the city from the branch table, and then the property number and the city from the property for rent table. So I'm going to call b dot just the branch number, because the branch number does not exist in the property for rent table, and then b dot city, and then just property node, and then p dot city. P dot city will come from the property for rent. B dot city is going to come from the branch table. We're going to start with branch B. I'm going to name the branch table B here. Join property for rent P on B dot city equals P dot city. So branch and the property that are on the same city. That's what we're looking for, right? Now let's run this and see the result. Query, what's that? Branch no in the field list is ambiguous. Let's see. Oh, okay. Property for rent also has a branch number, so we have to say b dot branch number, since that column exists in both tables. Let's run this. Alright, now query works. So we're getting the branch number from branch, city from branch, property number from property table, and then the city from the property for rent table. And as you can see, there's no mention of Bristol, and the branch 004 is left out because the regular join does not include rows where there's an unmatching value. And as you remember, B004 is in Bristol, but there's no property in Bristol, therefore it's left out. So now I'm going to show you how to use an outer join if you want to include the Bristol also there with null values. You know, in some cases this might be useful, where you see that there is no city, there's no property in that particular branch. So let's go back to the query box. So the left outer join syntax is just like this, left join, and that's pretty much it. And now you can see the Bristol is included, it's not left out, and for columns that it's supposed to match but it couldn't, you have null values. Okay, so right outer join works the same way, and if you want to include both all the data from left table and all the data from the right table. That's done through full outer join, but MySQL does not support that, so you can do actually union of left join and the right join.